What's going on today, guys? My name is Logan with West Desert Wheeler. We went out to one of my absolute favorite locations to drive RC cars today. This is Gunlock Reservoir, and it is the rocks by the Waterfalls. If you guys have ever been down here to southern Utah, Gunlock is an awesome little reservoir. It's kind of tucked away from most other stuff, but offers some excellent terrain for some RC crawling. The terrain looks very similar, but man, some of the obstacles here are just some of my favorites. I love wheeling this area. So today we've got my RC four-wheel drive Marlin Trailfinder 2, and I just recently added weights in the wheels and tires, so I'm curious to see if that helps this thing articulate, keep it planted a little bit, get it a lower center of gravity. As far as electronics go in this truck, I am still running the factory servo, but I do have a brushless Hobbywing AXE system in here. And I'm curious to see how a Fusion would do in this truck. I have a buddy who has the Fusion in his little 4Runner, and man, the low speed control on those is pretty dang impressive. Struggling a little bit in this real soft sand on the bottom. Just doesn't really want to push into these rocks hard enough when you don't have the traction down low. There we go. Uh-oh. Around, get it to climb this ledge here. Ooh, that bumper barely cleared. Let's just run it right up on top of this ledge. Picking up that back inside tire. Put it right on the slider. Very nice. So like I mentioned a few times in the past on this truck, whenever I make videos of it, this thing is actually very capable. A lot of people probably just don't push them as hard as they're really capable of. They don't flex that much, but when you have four wheels with locked hubs, like four-wheel drive, this thing drives over some stuff. As you can see right here, it's carrying a tire, but that doesn't mean it won't climb this. But my old 1.9 Wraith really struggled here, which is why I'm trying it with this truck. I want to see just how capable it is. If you get the line right on this, it should do it. Come on, it's close. It wants to go. There she goes. And I'm serious when I say that was a struggle with my 1.9 Wraith to get it to go up that. Trailfinder 2 just knocked it right down. Again, another reason why this area is just one of my favorite spots to come and wheel is because there's just lines everywhere you go out here. We've already done the other side of the trail with this truck, but you know what, this obstacle right here looks fun too, so let's see if the truck can do it. Uh-oh, hung up on that rear axle. Not quite how I planned on that, but it got up anyway. Here we go, little ledge, climb up the wall. Once the rear tires hit, it's going to pull it down. And I'm trying to turn driver, but the servo just isn't strong enough. Perfect. That's exactly what I wanted to do. Oh, he's going for the Trailfinder. No, he didn't like it. All right, guys, this is a very unique obstacle. It's got a choke point down at the bottom with a climb, and then we got a cut left into like a V-notch on the left. With the full-size Toyota body on here, I don't know how this is gonna go. So we're gonna find out. Barely on the slider there. Now we gotta start making the turn because our front end is pointed up at this wall. Our rear axle's in a pinch point. It pivoted really well, actually. I'm trying to go a little passenger on the front. Yeah, see? Just the way this tire gets trapped on that wall. We're coming over the top. This might work just right. I want to come a little more driver on the front. Uh-oh, now we're getting in trouble. Let's back up a touch. There we go. Let's just hold it passenger and keep going up. Hopefully it'll pivot and actually get traction. We're really bellying up. Tail lights up against the rock. See, this is what I mean. The full-size body is what's going to make this tough. Oh, not too bad. That's a really tough spot. That was cool. Okay, let's try the same obstacle, just coming down this time. I want to get high up on that wall that I'm driving into. The slider will save us from tipping over. To a certain point it will. Got 2 tires in the air, but that front passenger should start dropping soon. There we go. Uh-oh. Servo's not strong enough to turn where I want it. Ooh, not too bad. Got that back tire way up in the air. Pretty crazy line. Need more weight in the rear. Ooh, she came down. Now it's not going to turn because it's sitting sideways. I need my servo to do something. It's just pinned and not turning at all. Uh-oh. My servo arm came off. Damn it. Now we're in a bad spot. Just for fun, let's see if we can get the truck out. Well, it did it. Oh, maybe the servo didn't die. Maybe it's just dying. All right, guys, this is a pretty realistic looking canyon. Let's see if we can get the truck up and through here. Seems about right for what a real truck might try and attempt. Now you see that white AG logo on the back corner of the truck there? That is my brother's YouTube channel logo. If you guys are interested in checking out full-size rock crawling, be sure to go over to Austin's Off-Road Garage. He's got some Austin content out there, working in his shop and taking his truck on the trails. Now, I've personally owned an 86 4Runner, so it's one of the first gen 4Runners where the top was removable and whatnot. Mine had independent front suspension, but it also had the 22 RE, which had fuel injection, so that was convenient. I did a full engine rebuild on it while I had it. It had 300 and something thousand miles on it, but it was a fun little 4Runner. I definitely wouldn't mind having another one at some point. Man, these IROC tires from RC 4-wheel drive, these are the 1.7 inch on their 1.7 bead locks. These tires hook up so well on this sandstone. They're very impressive. I'm gonna try and hug that rock on the inside here. I don't want to scratch up my hood. Gotta keep it as close as possible. Maybe it's not gonna fit. I might have to go up on top of this rock. Oh, we scratched the hood. There we go. Try and keep the body out of the rocks. It's pretty tight. There we go. That was a really cool little climb. Very realistic, trying to keep the bodywork off the rocks there. I know plenty of trails that are just like this. They throw you into the rocks pretty bad. So I've got a question for you guys. With this rig, I am very careful to try and not roll it. I don't like to scratch up the body on it just because they're not cheap to replace. But when it comes to something like my competition crawler or my Capra, I could really care less if I roll it over. Are you guys similar? Do you have a specific rig that you really try and baby? Or do you just go out and hammer absolutely every one of your RCs you have? You'll have to let me know down in the comments. Sometimes, guys, areas like this are almost painful just because there's so many lines. Like, I'm looking here, I can run it up through there, see if I can get up that tall climb, cut right, or I can just cut right from the beginning and work our way all the way up and around. So let's get to it. Let's see what kind of lines we can find through this awesome just pack of ledges, man. Okay, honestly, instead of cutting right, it might just be a better line to just continue left. I don't want to back up. So there we go. Still doesn't look easy. As long as it just holds on. Every time I say that, it falls off. Okay, this is our last chance. It didn't grab. Maybe it will. Nothing but a cliff behind it. I really want this truck to climb. This is not looking good. Because now I got like a 5-inch ledge in front of it. It looks cool, but I'm about to break my truck in half. Come on, TF2. Climb. Uh-oh. Oh! Oh! Ouch. Well, we tried, right? All right, guys, we're basically just gonna aim for where I'm standing. So bring the truck on up. There are easier spots than this, but you know what? We gotta have some kind of challenge going on. If it was too easy, it'd just be boring. Come on. All right, now we're working up to a spot where we got some choices on our line. This wall kind of has an overhang to it. Hopefully we'll get that bumper to clear. Oh, it's running into the wall. Let's try just a little more driver. Nice. Now we're gonna drag the back end. So, get the front tire going. You're gonna pinch them right between these rocks. Let the sidewalls do their work. That back tire's on that underhang that we were trying to avoid with the bumper, so that's why it's not going up. There we go. Now come back this way. Okay. Now we're just not quite lined up where I want to be. It's time for a servo, guys, because this thing's about dead. Still trying, but it's hot. Okay, we'll just go with this line because the servo's not working. There we go. Basically just have the rear tires do the same line. Maybe come a little driver. Oh yeah, let's just hold it driver. There's a set of ledges over here. I want to make sure all 4 of my tires are up before I start climbing another set of ledge. There we go. Such a rad little truck. I really liked wheeling this thing. It's super fun. It just makes little ledges like this super challenging. You gotta get your line perfect. My comp rig will just mow right over these and it's just not as fun. Let's check out what's going on the other side here. Super cool. Now when I added weights on the wheels, like I mentioned, I did do a full stick-on wheel weight around the beadlock ring in the rear. I have a single row, and on the front I have dual row. So I basically have more than 2 strips of wheel weights in the fronts, plus 3 I think, just to complete the whole circle on the ring. I didn't want something that was way out of balance. So that's how much weight I added. In the front was 2 strips, and in the rear was 1 strip each. Gonna go. That tire looks way out of round. That's weird. Well guys, I'm thinking this video is going to be about long enough right there. I'm going to continue wheeling, but I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Be sure to hit the affiliate links down below. It's how you support my channel. I greatly appreciate it. Get subscribed for future content like this. We'll see what other kind of cool trucks we can pick up in the future. We'll see you guys around. Keep the rubber side down.